Today, I'm thinking about 2020. I'm thinking about the new year. I want to talk about why you, and I'm preaching to myself, this whole episode is going to be for myself as well. You and I need to run our own race. Run our own race. And I'm talking about business. We need to do that in life as well. It's exhausting to try to be somebody you're not in life. It's exhausting to say, hey, I want to be like that person, and I'm going to do everything I can to live like that person. And then you realize, gosh, I'm not that person. What was I doing? It's good advice to run your own race in life and in your personal life, but let's talk about your business. The business that you are starting or running or growing is unique. Now, it might be very similar to mine or someone else's. It might sell very similar things, but the season of life that you're in, especially if you have a personal brand or an online business where you're very much the face of it as a content creator, then it's going to be super unique in terms of the actual people in your audience, the way you help them. It's a different race. Let's talk about the first thing you can do to harness the power of selective ignorance and run your own race. And the first is really my favorite, and it's to go on a low information diet. Tim Ferriss, love his book, The 4-Hour Work Week, but probably the most helpful part of that book is the one all about time management. And the way he describes time management, it's not something that can be managed. The only way to have more time is to do less stuff so that you free up time, which is simple math, and he's right. He has this chapter in that section called The Low Information Diet. And he starts off that chapter by quoting Nobel Prize winner Herbert Simon, and Nobel Prize, I'm sorry. And this quote from Herbert Simon, it like haunts me because it's so simple, profound, helpful if you apply it, and so revolutionary if you let it sink in. Simon says, what information consumes is rather obvious. It consumes the attention of its recipients. Hence, a wealth of information creates a poverty of attention. If you're constantly crushing all the business podcasts, if you're constantly reading all the business books, if you're constantly attending every single conference you can imagine, that all three of these things are incredible. I love business books. I've read hundreds of business books. I've learned so much. I love conferences. I've learned so much at conferences. But if you're consuming all of them, what you have a severe lack of and what you're deficient in is your attention. It's finite. So you give your attention to all the books, all the podcasts, all the conferences. What you are left with is not much else. So to be able to output, to be able to grow your business, to be able to be innovative, to be able to do what only you can uniquely do in your niche, you need to be able to apply your attention to those things. But if your attention is gone because all the information around you has consumed it, you're not going to be able to do what you're meant to do.